Hi, ladies. Welcome to another episode of the Femalepreneur Coach podcast. I'm super excited to share today's episode with you. So you may be watching this in my free Facebook group, you might be watching it on YouTube, or you could be listening to it on my podcast. I'm all about leverage and kind of, being omnipresent as I move into 2023. So whichever way you're enjoying this experience, you're welcome. So I am popping on today. Obviously, it's New Year's Eve 2022. So this feels like a really exciting time to just energetically really take stock of where we are right now in life, not to put too fine a point on it, but anybody that knows me knows I'm super spiritual. I am all about energy, obviously, as a manifestation coach, money mindset coach, female empowerment coach. Like, these are the principles that I believe in. This isn't lip service. So already you can see my face is very shiny today, anybody that's watching this, and that's because I've actually had a facial. I literally had a facial as part of my closing off 2022 rituals. So I'm going to shave my legs, I've cleaned out my cupboards, I have detoxed my wardrobe, I have cleaned out my diary, I've had like a really beautiful sacred like space and time and space, planning out my 2023 and doing all the things. If that sounds like something that you would like to do, obviously I still have tickets available for my VIP day in January 2023, which is going to be in London. I would love to have you there. It's going to be a really beautiful day of fun, fabulousness, and focus on mapping out your 7-figure year in business. So this isn't just 6 figures anymore, ladies. We are not playing small. We are going all out and we are aiming for 7 figures in business. We're shooting for the stars or the moon or the something. I'm not quite sure. But anywho, I practice what I preach as a coach. So I've had a facial. I am feeling very shiny, but super relaxed and very inspired. So I wanted to pop on today and just share with you super quick 5 journal prompts that I would love for you to take a moment today to go through. So take a moment of reflection. It could be this evening, it could be right now, before it gets busy. Maybe you've got plans later, or it could be tomorrow morning, and that's absolutely fine. But I want you to gift yourself this time of reflection. It is so important. A lot of the time when I speak to women, they are all about like, next year's going to be my year. I'm going to go big or go home. Like, I am ready for more, ready for expansion. But let me tell you, your brain is not paying attention to what you are saying. It only pays attention to the actions that you take. So if you expect this great big up level, and incredible results in 2023, but you are, not making sure that anything else is changing in your life, guess what? It's going to be exactly the same. You're going to get the same outcome, because if you always do what you always did, you will always get what you always got. And your actions have led you up to this moment right now, and if you want a different level of result, you've got to take different level action. And that is the thing. One thing I would say as well on that is to get comfortable with feeling uncomfortable, because generally this year for me, at the beginning of the year, I set the intention that it was going to be a period of expansion, and it did not disappoint. Like, I have far exceeded any expectations that I had for the year, and it has only inspired me more to just take it to that next level next year. I have invested eye-watering amounts in coaching, and not only is that giving me and mentors and being in the right rooms, being in the right spaces, I've invested in multiple masterminds. So this has also been about expanding my network. Not only has that allowed me to be poured into and received and have access to that high level mentoring, which has been amazing, it's the symbolic act of investing in yourself that is the real game changer for me. There's not any coach or mentor that has necessarily told me stuff that I didn't already know, especially as a business coach. Like, I live and breathe this is my life. There wasn't anybody that necessarily told me anything I didn't know. They definitely held me accountable. They definitely held the mirror up to places in my life where perhaps I was sort of, called BS on a few little things, where I was maybe playing small and hiding. But ultimately, it was more me saying to myself as a symbolic gesture, I am ready and deserving of that next level investment into me, for no other reason than I deserve to be supported. And that is what felt really, really good. That's what inspired me to turn up with a new energy, with a new vibe, with a new mindset, take different action, take bolder action, be brave, be fearless. And that is ultimately what gave me my next level outcome. So it wasn't necessarily the coach, because I don't think that you can put too much on one other person to deliver the results for you, but it's about, what am I saying to myself? So when I see women that are like, no, I'm not, I'm good, I'm just going to try and figure it out, I'm like, I feel sorry for you, because genuinely I did that for years as a bit of a martyr, really, if I'm honest, thinking that I knew best, thinking that I wasn't going to waste my money or waste my time. And I didn't believe that anybody else could tell me stuff that I couldn't figure out myself, because I was used to doing it all alone. I was used to being resourceful. I was used to putting in extra hours and doing the work. And I almost prided myself on that. When I then found mentors that actually, like I say, gave me that tough love, held up the mirror, held me accountable, did the things, I realized actually it's okay to receive support and to be around people and, that were challenging me, essentially. And it felt really, really good to kind of get out of my own way a little bit, actually, and admit that I didn't know everything, and that everything that I had got to that point was only going to keep me at that point. It was not going to serve me going forwards. And that was only on a period of reflection and soul searching. Like I say, I have invested eye-watering amounts into coaching and mentorship and masterminds this year, and I don't regret a single penny. Like, it was all absolutely worth it. Not necessarily for the return on investment, and if you're interested in any of that, what I've invested, what I've made, then I'd love to invite you to go back to my previous episode, which is my 2022 business wrap up. But more from what it said to me, like, I have arrived, I am ready, I am deserving, I am worthy, I am not here to play about. Like, I took my business to a whole nother level because I suddenly had skin in the game, and needed to make more money than I ever had before. And that feels really bloody exciting, actually. And I got comfortable with the feeling of being uncomfortable. So as part of that process, what I have done and will be doing, and continuing to do all the time, is and I typically do this with my mastermind ladies, by the way, inside the 7-Figure Sisterhood. If you're interested in looking for a new home and community, or perhaps another community to add to your network, you are very welcome to join me over there. But one thing that I do, we do this work every month. Every month, we are not coasting through life or through business. We are constantly reevaluating and pivoting and checking in and making sure that we are always making ourselves available for that next level of growth. And I do this actually monthly. So I would love for you to take these journal prompts and do the same. So the first thing I want you to do is reflect on, what are you most proud of in 2022? Because it's very easy as women to negate our success, to look at other people and not really feel like, oh yeah, I made that money, or I did that thing, or yeah, I got really great feedback, or I helped that client, but there's other people doing like so much more. No. We need to celebrate these mini goals and these wins along the way. So I would love for you to take a moment, either with a journal, a notebook, in a sacred space, and really lean into what your inner guidance is telling you. And, let's celebrate our own damn self. What are you most proud of in 2022 that you've achieved? I think for me, it is obviously, just getting clarity on of how I want to show up, how I want to serve, really like having the confidence and the courage to streamline my business, which will then support me going into 2023, because I can have a lot more impact with the way that my business is now structured. That feels really good. I'm ready to be visible. I'm ready for that. So that in itself, going through that process of expansion and growth, is something that I'm super excited about and really proud of it, in terms of what I've achieved this year. Also, the clients that I've served, I've helped 112 women to also optimize their business, optimize themselves, up level their mastermind, make more money, be in community, change their way of thinking, up level their money mindset. Like, that feels really amazing as well. Next year I'm going for 1,000, just so you can hold me to that. The next question I would love for you to ask yourself is, what has worked well in your business and in life? Because we know that your business has to serve you and your life, and not the other way around. So, and it's all about getting it so it works in harmony together, so you don't have to run away from your business, so you don't have to put it down and stop and then come back again when you've got more energy. This isn't about needing breaks from social media. It's about having everything just beautifully work in synchronicity, in harmony, so it all complements each other. So what has worked really well and what feels really good to continue with into 2023? So again, for me, it's about The mastermind, the community elements of my business has worked really well. I absolutely love it. I'm really bought into the old school principles of Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, and the collective mastermind. So my mastermind is very much a traditional mastermind. It is not about the Rebecca Barr Femalepreneur Coach show. It is about being in community and tapping into the collective mind and being around incredible women, and how that can inspire you to level up and see what's possible for you in your own business. And on the flip side of that, what has not worked well in your business and what no longer feels aligned to you. So it could be clients that you've worked with, it could be services that you've offered, it could be your schedule, it could be how you're delivering your services, partnerships, joint ventures, affiliates that you're aligned with. Like, what no longer feels good and what needs to stop in your business as you move into 2023, so that you can create more create more of what you do want, essentially. So what has worked well, what feels good to continue with, what has not worked well or no longer feels aligned to you. And it's okay to outgrow elements of your business. So I really want you to, I know women that are like 5 years into their business and they're just doing the same thing because that's what they've always done, and that's what they believe will make them money and lead to success. But I am a manifesting generator, so I really believe about energy. And for me, energy only lasts in a project for so long before it starts to dissipate. And part of that's because I've got ADHD, and part of that is because I'm a manifesting generator and I'm all about the new energy, new exciting projects, new levels of growth, new levels of expansion. To rinse and repeat anything does not play to my zone of genius and my natural energy type. So I've made peace with the fact that I will outgrow certain elements of my business, and that's okay. That's what gives my clients longevity, because I'm always leveling up, I'm always growing, I'm always expanding, I'm always looking for that next opportunity for growth. So anybody that works with me 12 months ago will have a very different experience to working with me now. Anybody that works with me now will have that longevity and period of expansion and growth as I move through to the next 12 months. Like, that's what I want for you guys too. As spiritual beings, we are meant to grow and expand. We are not meant to stay stuck or stay the same. We're not meant to be stagnant. Our energy is meant to continually be moving. And that moves me on nicely to my next question, which is, how can I create more personal growth and expansion next year? How, taking my life and my business to the next level? Because genuinely, I believe this at a very soul level. We are here as spiritual beings for such a short period of time. We are here to grow and expand and experience all of the things that we can while we're here. Anything that feels good to you, any desire that's in your heart, you're ready to start, you're ready to go. That's your nudge from the universe, from your soul, that you are ready for that next opportunity. And I truly believe that's how you create quantum leaps in business. I've had so much success over the last 7 years, and I've pivoted in so many different ways, which has contributed to my continued commitment to mastery, excellence, because it's always there's more newness. But I believe, as a manifesting generator, that we can collapse time. I've had success that I shouldn't have even had yet, because I'm always looking for that next level of growth. I've got very comfortable with feeling uncomfortable. And whenever I feel like too safe, too familiar, that's when I know I need to mix things up and push myself further. That means I've got very much into my comfort zone. I'm ready for that next level of growth. So I would love that for you too, to really I want to get to the point. And when I work with clients, I usually do 6 months together, because I want them to get to the end of that 6 months and look back and be like, what the hell just happened? Like, I have done so many things. I have pushed myself so far out my comfort zone. I have had so many new experiences, so many shifts, so many aha moments, that I don't even recognize the person that I was 6 months ago. That is my personal commitment and challenge when I work with a client. I want to take them on that journey, and I want that for you too. So I want you to get to the end of 2023 and be like, what the hell just happened? Like, I have literally blown my own damn mind. Even I couldn't see that plot twist. I couldn't see that next level of growth. It's one of the reasons that I only plan in quarters. Although I might have an overview of the year, I don't ever go past the next 3 months, because as it comes to practical detail and commitment and things, obviously I've got my big projects and stuff that I commit to, but in terms of planning, I don't go beyond the 3 months, because the view that I have now today in this moment is only a fraction of where I'm going to be in another 3 months' time. I know with the activities that I've got over the next 3 months planned, like I'm going to be a completely like next level version of myself, even in the next 3 months. And that's how you collapse time. That's how, and anybody that's read the 12-week year, I want to say Mike Michalowicz. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. I'm obsessed with him, by the way. He's the same author as Profit First, which again, fully like my Bible and for my women as well as myself in business. But I believe that time is relative. And if you give yourself a year, it's going to take a year. If you give yourself a month, it's going to take a month, and you can transform your life in any of those time frames when you give yourself permission to go all in. So I would love for you to do that, and just essentially, you know, think, right, looking at the next 12 months, how can I take my business to the next level? But equally, just plan out the next 3 months, because girl, you're going to be on quite a ride if you really commit to it. And then lastly, what changes need to happen in order for me to do that, to really experience that period of personal growth and expansion? What needs to happen? Because if you continue to do what you've always done, you're always going to get what you always got. So something has to change in your reality right now, in your environment, in order to free up some capacity, some space, for you to move into that next level version of you. And how can you fully set yourself up for success to do that? So my 5 journal prompts then, so I just want to keep this video super short, is what am I most proud of in achieving this year? What has worked well and feels really good to continue with in 2023? What has not worked well and no longer feels aligned to me? I'm giving myself permission to let that go. How can I create more personal growth and expansion next year? And then essentially take my business and life to the next level, because I'm all about the wholeness, and integrating your life and business. And then also, what needs to happen, what changes need to happen in order to set myself up for success, to allow myself to experience that growth and expansion. So hopefully that has given you a lot to think about. And I would really love to hear whatever it is that comes up for you, as you move through those questions and as you lean into those reflections today. So yeah, if it's today, if it's tomorrow, that's absolutely fine. But let me know either in the comments below, reach out to me on Instagram, send me an email, send me a carrier pigeon, whatever it is. You know, in the show notes, if you're listening on my podcast, because genuinely, ladies, I want this for you. I want you to blow your own damn mind in 2023. And I want that to be the game changer for you, where everything changes. So have a fantastic, happy new year. And I look forward to seeing you in 2023.